And welcome back to the second game of our doubleheader here at the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch. The second game of our doubleheader features, again, the City College Beavers versus your Baruch Bearcats. City College coming in at 1-10 in the conference, 1-18 overall, where Baruch, after an impressive 5-game win streak, Joe, 4 games straight on the road, have come back in and are really back in the fight for the top 3 and kind of where we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Baruch, first of all, Baruch City College, again, big rivalry, big history between them. But, CCNY 1-10, tough season for them. But Baruch, 7-3, right behind Staten Island 9-2 and Lehman 10-1. So definitely Baruch, they're in control of kind of their destiny. Led by, Ekebar, 17.8 points per game, rebounds 10.3, assists 3.4. CCNY led by White, 12.2 points per game. Paluzzo at 7.8 rebounds. But Baruch, at this point in the season, Dave, they've been through a lot, and they're in a great position. And like we say, when you get to the CUNY playoffs, it's 0-0. So Coach Alisi just has to make sure that they execute well and really develop good habits that are going to really set them apart when it comes playoff time.
And it's very interesting, Joe, because the last time we were here on January 11th playing against John Jay, we said Baruch, definitely needs wins, kind of like back and forth, very inconsistent on the season. Since then, 4 straight road wins. At Brooklyn College, at Hunter, at York College, and then at the College of Staten Island. So you beat the teams around you, but then you're beating Staten Island, who's right above you in the playoff spot, only a game and a half above you, and another opportunity tonight to really pick on the bottom feeders here in the CUNYAC Conference.
Yeah, a win tonight would put Baruch at 8-3 in the conference, right knocking on the door at Staten Island. So, right now, don't look at the scoreboard. Just do the things that, you need to do. And I keep saying, get into good habits. Don't turn the ball away, errant passes, run good offense, and just follow the lead of your franchise player, so to speak, in, Ekebar. I like the fact that Coach Alisi has a deep bench. And everything is in position for good things for Baruch.
Yeah, and we're about moments away here from tip-off and getting you the starting lineups. I think it's very important that Baruch jumps all over them tonight and really ends this game, as disrespectful as this may sound, in the first half.
Yeah, work on your offense. Make sure your defense is solid. Don't turn the ball over. Make free throws. Let's say, look at this as what you would do in practice. Because, again, this is off Broadway, and when it gets playoff time, that's Broadway,
So we're moments away. Let's give you the starting lineups first for the City College Beavers. Starting at guard, number 1, James White. Starting at the other guard, number 11, Enesco Hunt. Starting at the third guard, number 22, Brendan Hauser. Starting at the forwards, number 3, Salvatore Palazzolo, and number 13, Darden Lahu. And for your Baruch Bearcats, switch up again in the lineup, seeing Andre Harris stepping back into the lineup at the forward position alongside Chimak Ekebar, the leading scorer rebounder for the team. Also, Baruch playing a 3-guard lineup with number 2, Bryler Page, number 3, William Sixsmith, and interestingly enough, number 4, Anthony Gibbs, finding his way back into the starting lineup to give us a couple ball handling options here for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I'm always impressed by the play of Andre Harris. He reminds me of Grant Hill, long, lean body, length, very sinewy kind of player. I think he's a difference maker for the Bearcats. The whole backcourt crew of Baruch, they're all very, very, capable of doing good things. Coach Alisi has a very formidable backcourt attack.
And even Jack Sixsmith coming off the bench. And we see DeAndre Gibbs this year. We've seen Brandon Otley this year. So, to your point, a lot of different options Baruch's able to throw at this City College team. City College going to be in their black away uniforms with the white piping. Baruch in their home whites, dark blue letters. We're moments away here for the opening tip. Not much size here in this City College team. Only Darden Lahu, anyone close, is the only person close to being him and Palazzo, both 6'5". Everyone else 6'2" or below. Whereas Baruch is be able to bring a little bit more size with Chima and Andre Harris starting both 6'5" and above, but also with Alan Villar, George Smith Jr., Matt Grossman, Benjamin Boateng, a lot of different options off the bench for the bigs.
Yeah, Alan Villar, really a classic low post player. Once he gets position, he can do a lot. Be interesting kind of how Coach Alisi plays with his lineup, given what happens here in the game.
So it's going to be Darden Lahu for City College and Chimechiak Ekabar for Baruch to take the tip. We're moments away here. Baruch going left to right in the opening half.
Chima Ekabar, again, never forget preseason All-American. Very, very talented player on both ends of the court.
Able to back that up in the early going this year, 18-11 as he wins the tip here. And Baruch will start with the ball with Anthony Gibbs. Gibbs into the front court. He's picked it up by Hauser. Now inside to Bryler Page. Gives inside to Ekabar over to find position against Palazzolo.
Dave, a great pass and a great job by Ekabar to separate himself from the defender.
White gives it off to Palazzolo. Actually number 13, Lahu. White has it, gives it up top. He's working on Gibbs, Over to Hunt now. Hunt inside, able to find the cutting Darden Lahu. Nice finish there by this left-handed senior from Academy of American Studies in Queens.
Yeah, that was a bang-bang play. Hard to defend that.
And now Andre Harris has it in the front court. Gives it off to Gibbs. And Gibbs covered by Hauser. Gives it off to Bryler Page. He's covered by Hunt. Once again trying to find the entry pass to Ekabar. But that's stolen away by Palazzolo. A sloppy play there by Bryler Page.
Yeah, that time, irregardless of separation by Ekabar, it just was too short a pass.
White's three's no good. And no call there as he hits the deck. It looked like he kicked out a little bit trying to draw the foul. Sixsmith over to Harris. Driving is Page now. Page gets blocked. Nice block there by Hauser. Emphatic as Page hits the deck. And now City College will bring it into the front court.
Great recovery by Hauser.
Hauser working on Gibbs, now gives it up top. And it'll be Lahu. Lahu spin move over two defenders, able to knock it down. Nice shot there by Darden Lahu. Getting the friendly roll.
City College off to a good start here offensively.
Now Bryler Page struggling to break down the full court press as Hauser's able to hit the three, and that's going to force Coach Alisi, into a timeout. With Baruch trailing 7-2, 2 minutes gone here in the first half. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats.
Yeah, I have to be concerned if Coach Alisi in the early minutes here of Baruch not looking ahead and not taking City College seriously.
We talked about in the early going. Baruch winners of 5 straight now, really putting themselves in the position to fight for that top 3 spot. Right now 2.5 games behind Lehman, but only a game and a half behind the College of Staten Island after beating them in their last matchup.
They use in sports, they say trap games. Be careful for trap games. That means that, you're a highly favored over an opponent, or you're taking your opponent lightly, and those are the games that really come back and bite you. So Baruch has to be careful that this is a trap game, and, don't let down your guard.
And very interesting there as Bryler Page quick to get subbed out in the early going, and Ekabar throws a dangerous pass, and Palazzolo is able to intercept it and get the ball for City College. James White in the paint, kicks it out to Hauser. Hauser tries to go back door, and that ball is intercepted by Ekabar, atoning for his error a few moments ago. Gives it off to Gibbs. Gibbs in the paint, can finish with the right hand. Nice play there by Anthony Gibbs.
That's the upper body strength of a player like Gibbs. Goes back to the strength and conditioning work of Coach Tamer Fareed.
Now James White on the crossover working on Gibbs. He gives it up top to Hunt. Hunt crossover on Dwayne Bridie, who just checked in for Bryler Page. And now a couple subs here. Jack Sixsmith checking in for Baruch, and also for the City College, number 31, Wills Jazalik. And number 35, Ian Javier, both checking into the game. White gets the inbound. Palazzolo hands off to White, bounce pass out to Javier. He drives, he's blocked emphatically by Harris. Nice block there by Andre Harris. Not allowing the 5'8" freshman Javier to get to the rim, as Ekabar has it up top. Swinging around to Dwayne Bridie. Bridie calling out the offense. Hand off to Sixsmith. Now to Andre Harris. And Baruch moving the ball very nicely around the perimeter right now. 3 ball by Sixsmith, able to knock it down with Javier in his face.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need somebody to ignite your attack. And, of course, Sixsmith, he's renowned now in CUNY as that sharpshooter.
5-0 run Baruch is on here with 16.5 remaining here in the first. Javier working on Sixsmith. Instead gives it out. And it looked like Lahu tried to draw a foul. Instead he gets the ball stripped, but terrible pass there by Andre Harris. Gives it right back to Jazalik, who's able to finish with the right hand after a nice pump fake.
Jazalik very crafty with that move.
And these Bearcats are definitely making some sloppy passes. And now the ball gets swung around to Dwayne Bridie in the corner. His 3, no good. Rebound fought for. It's on the ball. It's loose on the floor. And the foul's going to be on number 13, Dwayne Bridie, as Darden Lahu hits the deck.
Yeah, Baruch looks like they're confused, not sure of what's going on here. You can see it on their body language.
Joseph Bermudez checks into the game for City College. James White to come to the bench. And I've noticed that they've gone with a lot of small guards, City College. Their leading scorer, 5'6" in James White.
I think City College wants to play underneath the length and size of Baruch.
As Palazzolo's jumper is no good. Ekabar with the rebound, giving it to Bridie. Bounce pass inside now to Villar from Sixsmith. And Villar is going to be called for the offensive foul. Oh, no, excuse me, it's going to be a travel. I was going to say I didn't see much contact there offensively, but too many steps.
Yeah, Villar needs to kind of look and see what he's got in terms of where the defensive player is positioned. He could have done a number of things. He could have done a drop step. He could have spun. He had a lot of choices there, but he was a little impatient.
Justin Hicks just checks into the game as Javier has it now. He drives straight to the rim, Shot altered there by Villar. And it's off as Baruch coming away with the basketball.
There's the length of Baruch.
And now Ekabar working inside. Pull-up jumper with the right hand, no good. Almost like a push shot, actually. And Lahu comes away with the rebound.
Yeah, Baruch has got to be a little more patient. And if I was Baruch, I would try and get to the foul line with some head fakes.
Javier has it up top now for City College. Gives it over to number 13. Lahu's pull-up jumper over Ekabar. Short. Jack Sixsmith comes away with the rebound. And he's going to go coast to coast here, and he's fouled. No, they're going to say no basket. That was interesting. That looked like it could have been an and one. The foul's going to be on number 21, Joseph Bermudez.
But it was a good percentage shot, and he drew the foul. He had a good look and angle at the basket.
So Baruch will inbound underneath with 14:40 remaining, trailing by 2 here in the early going, 9-7. Jack Sixsmith to inbound. Looking for his brother in the corner. And now Ekabar has it now. He's able to turn on Palazzolo. Ekabar able to get into the lane and finish off glass with the right hand. Nice play there by Ekabar.
Yeah, that's vintage Chima Ekabar. Once he gets down low, have to mention the great body control he has, which allows him to do a lot of things down low.
Now Palazzolo has it up top, and he takes too many steps before he puts the ball on the floor as Bryler Page comes back to the scoring table to check back into the game, and William Sixsmith will come to the bench. And now Jack Sixsmith has it for Baruch. A lot of all-ball movement, and it comes to Bryler Page. And the foul's going to be underneath. It was off the ball. Foul's going to be number 20, Justin Hicks, on Alan Villar, as Villar was trying to fight for a position, and a host of changes for CCNY. Looks like potentially up to 4 changes.
Villar and Ekabar are going to give City College a lot of things to think about because they're very active. Villar's very long underneath. Chima is so active.
And there's an offensive foul there off the inbounds. Foul's going to be number 13, Dwayne Bridie. A little push off there while setting the pick for Ekabar.
Yeah, that's just hurting yourself by giving the ball so easily away.
14 minutes remaining here in the first half as Dwayne Bridie comes to the bench. William Sixsmith checking quickly back into the game. Barely gets a drink, and he's already back in as White has the ball now for City College.
Yeah, it's important for Sixsmith to, hit his shots that separate Baruch from teams, his threes.
Now Palazzolo gives it inside to Lahu, who's blocked from behind by Alan Villar. Now and a silly foul there by Lahu. His second foul. He tried to reach in on Jack Sixsmith.
Number of City College players look like they get frustrated very easily, and that doesn't bode well.
We'll see how Coach Paul Dale is able to keep some composure. As the entry pass inside to Villar, and the foul again is going to be on Lahu.
Yeah, Villar is going to cause and is causing problems for City College, just with his body and their attempt to front him and maneuver with him.
And Darden Lahu, his second foul of the game. Rebound to Sixsmith, corner 3. He hits the deck, and as does number 11, Hunt. But James White has the ball now up top for City College, gives off to Hunt in the corner. Inside to Palazzolo. Now White has it, gives it off to Palazzolo. 3 ball from the wing, no good. Rebound, nope. The Baruch will just let it bounce out of bounds with 13-11 remaining here in the first half. 9-9 in the early going.
Yeah, we're tied at 9, and if I was Coach Alisi, I'm very concerned. You can't keep an opponent around.
Now Villar has it up top. Hand off to Page. Gives it over to William Sixsmith. Puts it on the floor, able to drive, trying to go strong with the left hand, and one. And normally we don't see those type of three-point plays from Sixsmith, but he'll go to the line to get the and one opportunity. Baruch lead 11-9.
Yeah, that's a very crafty move, shielding his body and using the left.
And he's able to knock it down to give the Baruch the 3-point lead. Now Ian Javier back into the game for City College. Ball swung to Jazalik in the corner. He's working on Ekabar. Trying to give the pass up to White. That's intercepted there by Sixsmith. Sixsmith, nice way to shield the ball from the oncoming James White, and he's able to finish the layup. And City College has to be careful here. Baruch's starting to feel their game a little bit. 2
plays that caused separation for Baruch, and made by the Sixsmith brothers.
Now Hauser outside to Jazalik. 3-point ball, able to knock it down. Just like that, City College able to come back and put up a 3 of their own. Now Jack Sixsmith has it now, working on James White. Bounce pass inside the Villar, able to finish the right hand. Too easy right there. If you're Coach Dale on the City College, you definitely want to try to stop that entry pass.
Yeah, you can't draw that any better than Baruch just did.
Now Hauser has it up top. He'll drive. Right hand, he's good. Nice move there by Brendan Hauser.
What Villar has to do, Dave, is come over and, protect the rim.
Ekabar, bounce pass across. Now over to Sixsmith, left wing 3, able to knock it down, rattles it home, and William Sixsmith has 9 of the 19 for Baruch here in the early going, and he's been just getting better and better so far this season as we've seen him play.
What a luxury to have a player that, can come in and, has ice in his veins.
It's been very impressive because last year you'd argue that he was not, I would say a little bit more than a role player, but not quite a full-on, a option. And this year he's really turned around. His outside shooting, if possible, got a lot better, but he's also added a lot more to his game, as we saw there, even just driving and picking and able to pop a jumper. Unfortunately, no good, but I wouldn't have seen that from him last year, that or the left-handed layup.
I'm sure he's worked on his game, having a coaching staff like Coach Fareed as an assistant, who is the consummate worker, always working on his game. Coach Alisi, always working on his game.
And Coach Barrett, who's been around the program for so many years. As, again, William Sixsmith knocks down another three, and Coach Dale definitely needs to talk it over now because he has 12 of 22 here in the first half. Baruch lead 22-14. You're watching Baruch Bearcats basketball, the second game of our doubleheader on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats. And Joe, it's been they've started off hot, maybe a little inconsistent in the first 5 minutes. In the last 3 to 4 minutes, it's been all 6 minutes.
No one ever won a race because it was their turn. And guzzling the right sports drink never won all 3 sets. You can't talk your way through a tournament, and luck doesn't last. Real champions know that it takes more to do more, because wanting it just isn't good enough. You've got to be smarter, faster, tougher. After all, championships were easy, everybody would have one. City University of New York Athletic Conference. Learn, play, succeed.
Really showing up. Andre Harris early on, utilized his length. I like Villar in the lineup as a deterrent. So, again, Coach Alisi has a lot of depth to play with. And in this game right now, his putting Sixsmith in has proved to be that factor early on.
And Baruch go back to the full court press. Hauser has it, hands off to White. He's covered by Gibbs, who just checked back into the game out of his last timeout. Hunt sends the pick. White uses it, now to Palazzolo, excuse me. Hauser takes the handoff. Back out to Palazzolo, and he takes too many steps. Nice play there by Gibbs defensively to create that turnover.
Yeah. Gibbs is very, very lively with his hands and feet, and he caused that turnover by City College.
And now Gibbs will have it in the front court. Harris looking for an option now, and it'll be back to Gibbs. As a dangerous pass there, as Page left his feet, and instead he'll travel too many steps.
Yeah, where Page had nowhere to go, he should have just passed the ball and cut and let the offense continue.
And we're talking about Sixsmith earlier, averaging 14 a game now here in his junior season at Baruch.
But he's a guy that hits timely shots that's just so valuable when you need a basket.
And step back there by Jazalik over George Smith Jr., who just checked in, is no good, and Baruch come away with the rebound. Baruch lead by 8 inside to George Smith Jr., right-handed floater. Nice move there. And way to feed the big man after doing something nice on the defensive end. Gibbs goes right back to him on the offensive end.
It's a luxury to bring in a guy like Smith off the bench, and he immediately contributes.
Baruch lead by 10, 9 minutes remaining here in the first half. Couple spin moves by Jazalik, pull-up jumper, air ball, no good. And Bryler Page quickly into the front court. And it's going to be a kick ball, I think, on number 22, Brendan Hauser. It'll stay with Baruch.
Yeah, if you're City College, you don't want to let this lead get any more than 10.
And it's going to be number 14, Tom Cambaris, to check into the game, freshman guard from New Hyde Park. Now Gibbs has it, looking for Harris on the post, able to give it to him inside, backing him down. Spin move. Trying to find an option, gives to Bryler Page. Nice play, and one, count it. Nice play there. Andre Harris to Bryler Page for the old school three-point opportunity.
Good patience by Harris and good move by Page to receive the ball from Harris. You know, that could have been a turnover, but they just waited on each other.
Able to move his body a little bit in the air and able to finish off glass. And now Javier has it for City College, down by 12, 26-14, 8.5 remaining here in the first. Javier crossing over, working on Gibbs, and he's fouled. And that'll send number 35, Ian Javier, freshman, to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, if you're Baruch, you know, don't do careless fouls, and of course don't stop the clock.
Baruch themselves one foul away from being into the bonus, so if they're able to do that, maybe get some free points here at the offensive end.
Yeah, once again, City College is hanging around.
And he's able to knock them both down, make it a 10-point game.
Yeah, if I was Baruch, I'd come back to Smith down low, get him going. You know, because if you get him going, he's going to be valuable down the road.
Smith now has it up top, gives it off to 6 Smith. Takes the pick from Smith. And that's going to be an offensive foul on number 22, George Smith Jr., a moving pick as he tried to cut to the lane.
Yeah, he did move. Remember, even though this is a season game, you're working on things that you want to see if you can use down the road.
And it's also not always the best team that wins the title. It's the hottest team, and right now Baruch's the hottest team in the conference. Just trying to keep that run going and maybe stretch it into the tournament. If you can get to the tournament ending your year at 10-2 or, you know, 11-1, you're going to be really hot, and no one's going to want to play you going into the tournament.
Yeah, so Coach Alisi, I think, is playing with certain situations. Some guys off the bench, see what they can do, how they're playing with other players at a given time.
Crossover move there by Hunt, but he takes too many steps before he gets that pass off, and it's going to go back to Baruch, who lead by 10. Benjamin Boateng checking into the game.
We know what Baruch can do offensively with Ekabar and 6 Smith, but I think that they want to really get good at the defensive end, you know. So let's see. So far, you know, they have a 10-point lead, and let's see how they do defensively.
Anthony Gibbs has it up top. He's covered by Javier. Handoff to Andre Harris. Up top to Gibbs. Takes the pick from Boateng. Goes around it. Gives it off to Boateng. Boateng looking for options. Gives it off to Andre Harris in the paint. Up top to Gibbs. 6 Smith and Gibbs both going to kind of the same spot. And the foul's going to be underneath by number 25, Benjamin Boateng, as he was fighting for the rebound with number 35, Ian Javier of the City College.
I'd like to see them give Harris some touches down low, just so he gets some confidence.
He's been able to play with before we saw him catch it in the post, not only just shooting, but also dishing as well, and able to really find some of the cutters.
Harris is a really multi-talented player. He can step out and shoot the 3. He can hit the mid-range shot. He can go low. He can put the ball on the floor.
Palazzolo has it now. Gives it off to Hauser. Hauser almost slips there, but Javier is able to corral the pass. Pass outside to Cambaris, but it's going to be a stop with a foul on the floor. Foul's going to be number 1, Jack Sixsmith Jr. Excuse me, Jack Sixsmith.
That was a silly foul because the player was going nowhere. So Sixsmith just needed to stay in his position.
Inbounded by Hauser to Cambaris. Over to Javier now. And a 3 ball there by Ian Javier knocks it down, 26-19. Baruch lead with 6.5 remaining.
Okay, so it's a 7-point lead, and you don't want City College to get any confidence and momentum.
Nice pass there by Ekabar to a backdoor cutting Bryler Page as Page hits the deck, but ball will stay with with Baruch underneath, and they'll get a fresh 30. Jack Sixsmith to inbound to his brother William. Constantly running a corner roll off the screen. Fouls on number 22, Brendan Hoser. And that'll put William Sixsmith to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Sixsmith is so active that will cause fouls. He's always moving, and you know, people are trying to stay with him.
William Sixsmith leading the team, shooting an 85% free throw percentage this year. He knocks down the first. 27-19, Baruch lead. 6:11 remaining here in the first half. James White to the scoring table to check in for City College. And he'll do so now.
Notice how things changed the moment Sixsmith entered the game.
Tom Cambaris comes to the bench for City College. And Baruch go with the full court press as Bryler Page picks up Hauser the full length of the court.
Now come, Sal. Ian, watch out. Larry, Brendan.
That's going to be a foul on the floor. Foul's going to be number 25, Benjamin Boateng, as Salvatore Palazzolo tried to make his move. Alan Villar will check back into the game for Baruch.
Yeah, if you're Baruch's interior defense, you have to front the player. You can't let him get comfortable and get position.
And Palazzolo to the line to shoot 1-and-1. He knocks down the first. He's off on the second, and Ekekabar comes away with the rebound. Ekekabar straight into the front court, outside to Sixsmith, able to knock it down. William Sixsmith really feeling it tonight.
Yeah, he's the guy that really, you know, created life for Baruch. They were kind of, you know, going nowhere, and then he came in and his shots, you know, started and gave them this lead.
Crossover move there by Javier, and the ball's almost tipped away by him by Sixsmith. Wild shot by Javier trying to draw a foul. And Lahu gets fouled, but as he gets the rebound, the foul's going to be on number 3, William Sixsmith. And Lahu go to the line for a 1-and-1. Excuse me, the foul's going to be on number 32, Ekekabar. His first tonight with 5:18 remaining. Baruch leading by 11. It'll be Lahu at the line to a chance to cut it to 9.
Ekekabar had to help out Page, and that's where the foul occurred.
And he knocks down the first. And now a 9-point lead as both free throws drop for City College, and Baruch will have the ball in the front court. Alan Villar now deep inside, gets it deep inside. Goes to the right hand, can't finish. Ball's batted around. Nice defense there by number 13, Lahu.
Villar needed to go stronger and deeper. He kind of shot it too early.
And I wish when he made his move, he went more directly to the hoop and not so much laterally across the paint.
Right.
And now Baruch lead by 7.
Use that body.
Especially on Lahu when you have 3 inches on the guy, and it looks like visually some weight. Nice bounce pass there by Sixsmith to find Villar, and again, his number's getting called, but he off on the shot, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, unlike Ekekabar with that great body control can maneuver. Villar can't do that, and oftentimes he's off balance, so that's why the shot doesn't go in.
And he knocks down the first. Alan Villar this year only shooting 56% from the free throw line, but able to knock both of them down there.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore. I think with work in the offseason, he can come back and have a monster junior year as a really quality post player.
And I think we've seen a nice evolution of his game so far, coming from his freshman to sophomore year. More of a defensive stopper last year, finding more of his offensive game this year. as the ball is moved around in the City College half very quickly. Palazzolo kicks it out, though, now to Hauser. Hauser's going to drive. Wild shot with his right hand. And Javier lands out of bounds while trying to get the rebound. Either way, it would have been a hard opportunity to get the shot back up with only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. It'll be Baruch's ball underneath.
Baruch got lucky because Villar was really letting Peluso get to the basket. Villar's got to put up a fence.
Now Villar has it, gives it back to Gibbs up top, takes the pick left from Ekekabar. Finds Ekekabar up top, thinks about the shot, working on Palazzolo. Instead gets it to the paint. Nice shot there by Ekekabar, and he actually tips the rebound out to Sixsmith. Nice play there by Ekekabar. Saw his shot wasn't dropping, able to tip it back out to a teammate when he definitely didn't have position. Now the straightaway three from Ekekabar offside rim, no good. Rebounded by Lahu.
Well, you're always going to get 110% effort from Ekekabar. That's not a concern, even when his shots are not falling.
Now Lahu has it up top, gives it off to Hunt, and now White. Up top to Javier. Javier drives, he's stripped though by Gibbs. He gets his own ball back though, pull-up jumper is no good. Ball just drops, Jack Sixsmith comes away with it to Ekekabar in the front court, who goes high and throws it down. Chima Ekekabar. And Coach Dale wants a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for City College. So with 2:57 remaining, City College 24, Baruch 35. You're watching Baruch Bearcats basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats. And a nice stretch here for Baruch to once again extend that lead back to 11.
Yeah, I mean, City College is not really showing any sort of attack offensively. So, but Baruch has got many, many weapons, whether it's Ekekabar, whether it's Sixsmith, whether it's Harris, whether it's Villar. What we really want to see is Baruch make good choices and not turn the ball over, because they have many options offensively. Again, City College is providing no attack offensively, so Baruch has just got to be smart defensively, and the offense is going to come.
Now City College will inbound underneath their own basket. It'll be Hunt. Inside to Lahu, and now Hunt will bring it up into the front court. Working on Sixsmith, actually trying to get into the front court where he finally does. Hand off to White. White working on Gibbs, gives it off to Lahu. Lahu drives on Harris, nothing there though. Bounce pass inside, trying to find Hunt, tipped away by Jack Sixsmith. And with 13 seconds on the shot clock and 2:39 on the game clock, City College will hold on to the ball underneath their basket.
Again, White, the leading scorer for City College, hasn't really started anything here in this game.
White now trying to drive there, but he's working on Gibbs. Only 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Javier has it now. He has to drive on Sixsmith. He hits the deck. And there's going to be a foul. It's going to be, I believe, on number one, Jack Sixsmith. Number one, Jack Sixsmith, his second foul. And that'll send Ian Javier to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, you don't want to stop the clock, and you don't want to take away from your momentum that you've built up here in this first half.
And he knocks down the first. That was the first of a 1-and-1. Either way, he will shoot two. 10-point lead with 2.5 minutes remaining here in the half. And he knocks down the second, 35-26. William Sixsmith now inbounds to Gibbs, and Gibbs will bring it into the front court. He's picked up by Hunt there. Gives it off to Ekekabar. Trying to find a passing option. Gives it off to Jack Sixsmith. Now to Andre Harris. The ball moving quickly in the Baruch offensive end. Andre Harris pull-up jumper, a little short. No good, and Palazzolo comes away with the rebound.
City College, Dave, still hanging around.
Only 9 right now, coming in at the 2-minute mark in the first half. Javier has it now. Looking for Hunt, trying to post up on Jack Sixsmith. Instead, he's going to take too many steps before he puts the ball on the ground. The second time we've seen Hunt do that tonight.
Well, that's what Baruch wants. They want City College to make their own mistakes, and they come down and capitalize.
Now Bryler Page will inbound, and Gibbs will have the opportunity to bring the ball up into the front court without any City College pressure. Ekbar has it up top. Handoff to Sixsmith. Oh, nice move there by Sixsmith, faking the pass outside to Gibbs. And William Sixsmith having a monster first half.
Yeah, he did the same thing with the left hand earlier. You know, he can ward off the defender, and in that case, he went up with his right hand.
On that play, I think that fake pass to the corner gave him a little more space to work with.
That's the craftiness of William Sixsmith.
Nice play there by White to drive, get into the paint. Jazilek throws it away, though, as he saves it from going out of bounds, and Sixsmith has it again. Gives it off to Andre Harris. Up top, Gibbs, now to Bryler Page. Oh, a little short, barely grazes the front rim. And Palazzolo gets the rebound for City College, and White will bring it into the front court with 55 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, everything was good on the part of passing, except for knocking down the shot.
Now Jazilek has it. Pull-up jumper over Sixsmith. Long. Rebound comes off, and Gibbs comes away with it. Baruch into the front court. Gives it off to Harris. Almost throws it away. Now Bryler Page. He'll drive. It's to Gibbs in the corner. He has to save from going out of bounds. Tries to throw it off Jazilek's leg. Instead, Jazilek comes away with the ball. And Baruch another costly turnover. Javier into the lane, able to finish off glass. 22 seconds remaining. Clock still runs. 37-28.
Yeah, Baruch was in a hurry on that last offensive possession. I'm not sure why.
And Gibbs now working on White. 10 seconds remaining. Ekbar has it up top. Handoff to Sixsmith. Gives it outside to Harris. Harris thinking about driving. He does. Instead, spin move right into Palazzolo. No good, and that'll do it. Harris able to find the opportunity to get into the lane with the spin move, but just can't finish with the right hand. So with the score of Baruch 37, City College 28. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats, and Joe's a good game so far in the early going.
Yeah.
In terms of Baruch really jumping out to that lead and extending it right now, probably the closest the game's, probably about the average of where the game's been at with a 9-point game here at half.
As soon as Coach Alisi put William Sixsmith into the game and he does what he does in knocking down the three, things changed. And Baruch was able to go out and get a lead. Now, what we saw in the final possessions was Baruch went in, into a hurry mode, and that led to turning the ball over. So right now it's going to come down to being patient, use the clock, and work your offense with all your combinations of the depth that you have, and really work on execution defensively and offensively. And once again, the first 5 minutes of the second half, so important because it dictates what's going to occur in the remainder of the second half. So City College did a good job in not letting this game get out of hand, but Baruch, I thought, played too fast.
And if you're City College, you're talking about William Sixsmith, 19 points in 20 minutes in the first half, playing every minute. I mean, how do you even go about combating that when the guy's just money right now, including 6 of 8 from the field and 4 or 5 from downtown, 3 of 3 from the line?
Yeah, and he's a tough guard because he's crafty. So even if you're playing good defense on him, you see what he can do. A little fake here, a little magic act here. And, of course, if you don't get out on him, the three, money in the bank. So a player like Sixsmith can cause a lot of problems, even if you're playing good defense.
You have to assume at some point the law of averages would bring him back down to earth a little bit, but if you're City College, you have to plan for him now at halftime moving forward, because without him, really, you're right in this game.
Yeah, he's quite a difference maker. But once again, even with his production, City College finds themselves still in the game, and Baruch didn't have somebody else other than Sixsmith really, lighten it up. So, there's a lot of positives for Baruch, but for City College, it's just Sixsmith. Ekbar doesn't have big-time numbers
yet.
So City College has to come out with a little bit of confidence. Okay, got to watch Sixsmith, but let's not let anybody else go off. And now City College has to show some type of offensive, attack
So we saw the same thing in the first game. Baruch up by 6 in the ladies' game. Now Baruch up by 9. Obviously, Baruch losing the first game 65-58. What does Baruch need to do to make sure that doesn't happen here as deja vu in the second game?
Yeah, once again, Baruch has to come out and play good defense, force City College to turn it over because City College doesn't really have a solid attack. And then once Baruch gets on offense, just be patient and, extend this lead. And if you can get that lead up to 15 or 20, just work the clock and really work on good execution and some things that you want to carry over into the next game going forward. So it's the first 5 minutes. I would really want to see good defense right out of the gate, force City College into turnovers, and smart offense.
Yeah, and that's we have about 10 minutes to the second half. Baruch leads 37-28. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats. We had an opportunity to see senior night this week for the swimming team. Let's take a look at how that went down.
So let's get this started. First up, we have Daniela Dorado, team captain, 4-year swimmer, major in psychology. All right. Oh, 2-year team captain. I apologize. Second one, we have Natalie Lurarowski. Where is she? Natalie Lurarowski, there you go. Natalie! 3 years. Sociology. All right.
Cross-country runner.
And she's a cross-country runner. There we go. Congratulations, ladies.
Who's next? I got you.
Right.
We did it.
Next up, we have some men.
Sabrina's good.
We have, you know what, I can't say his full name, but Alex the Greco. There we go. 4-year swimmer, majoring in political science. No, you didn't have that.
We need at least one hair.
Next up, we have Sam Fassler, team captain. 4-year swimmer, majoring in finance. Let's go, Sam. That's right. We have Andrew Labrino. Now we have David Kojovic. Four-year swimmer, double major in political science and philosophy. You must be like Walter.
Oh my God, Michelle.
And next up, we have our next team captain, Marlon Samaru. 4-year last but certainly not least, we have Javier Velasquez. One-year CCNY majoring in economics. And a coffee shop. Let's go. Let's get one more big round of applause for the seniors of 2018.
No one ever won a race because it was their turn. And guzzling the right sports drink never won all 3 sets. You can't talk your way through a tournament, and luck doesn't last. Real champions know that it takes more to do more, because wanting it just isn't good enough. You've got to be smarter, faster, tougher. After all, if championships were easy, everybody would have one. City University of New York Athletic Conference. Learn, play, succeed.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that. A lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance, a monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
And welcome back to the second game of our doubleheader here at the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. Alongside Joel Stolzer, I'm David Just, and Baruch currently leading 37-28 in a game which, you know, is very big because currently right now Baruch third in the conference at 7-3, and they have a chance to beat on the last team in the conference, 1-10 City College, and really keep their push for the top 2 go live.
Yeah, it's really just, you know, getting good execution, good habits, getting everybody on the same page from the first player to the last man on the bench, because you're going to have to call on somebody at some point. So, you know, this is part game, part practice for Coach Alisi and staff. But once again, one of the things that came out of today's game was Coach calling Sixsmith's number, and boy, did he provide, of course, 19 points. So if you're City College, you know, your record is showing that you've had a tough year, but you can also improve on things in the context of this game.
I wonder if Baruch watched the first game where the ladies up by 6 at half, unfortunately losing by 7 in the end of it. I wonder if they could take a note from this and really not let this 9-point lead slip as we get into the second half here.
Yeah, Dave, once again, the first 5 minutes is crucial because it really can just, you know, put the game in your hands. If for some reason you slip up in those 5 minutes, you give the opposition a chance to get right back in this game. And City College is happy, believe me, that they're under 10.
Yeah, and if you're Baruch going up against a City College team that really has nothing to play for at this point, like I said, 1-10 in the conference, 4 games back of the final playoff spot. A, they're probably not getting into the playoffs, but B, from Baruch's point of view, and I know this might sound a little vulgar, but you have to really put your foot down on the stomp on their throat a little bit here and really put the game to bed here early in the second half.
Yeah, if you're City College at this point, you want your underclassmen to get some experience, on-the-job training, because right away that the next season will be here, and you need that maturation process to take place. With Baruch, they have big plans. They're right there in the hunt, and the playoffs are going to be here very quickly. So you want to catch fire, so to speak. You want everything to be working. You want your starting five to be on the top of their game, and you want to take advantage of the depth that Coach Alisi has, which a lot of teams would love to have.
And very interesting, we're talking about 5 games ago here at the Arc Arena, Baruch coming in at 5-8, 2-3 in the conference, looking on the outside, looking in. 5-game win streak, putting themselves really in a position to make some damage here, not only just tonight, but in the playoffs as well. Give themselves a first-round home playoff game, and even better if they can get into one of those top 2 seeds and collect that bye and go right into the semis at City College.
Yeah, so just to, on your point, this is a trap game by definition of a trap game. Baruch has to keep in mind just good execution, defensively first, and offensively, let other people let them contribute. We know Ekabar is your big-time contributor. We know what Sixsmith can do. I'd like to see Andre Harris get into a little role. I'd like to see Gibbs. I'd like to see Page. I'd like to see Villar. I'd like to see lots of contributions so later on Coach Alisi can count on the secondary people other than the first.
Especially with Lehman College coming into the building on Tuesday night, the number 1 seed in the conference right now.
Yeah, it's going to take a full attack.
Now White has it, covered by Gibbs, left wing. Bounce pass into Palazzolo, Same starting 5 for both teams here. 3 ball by City College, no good. Ekabar comes away with the rebound. Hand off to Gibbs, and Gibbs will bring it into the front court. Hand off to Bryler Page, who in turn hands it off to Andre Harris up top. Andre Harris looking for Page back door. Now Page will be found in the block. Bounce pass trying to get back to Ekabar. And it'll be a kick ball with 19:24 remaining. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
The upper body strength of the Baruch backcourt gives them a big advantage down low. They can do a lot of damage down low if they choose to, just by having that upper body strength.
And 3 ball there. It's going to be a 2, by Ekabar, saying his foot was on the line, but a nice early bucket here from Baruch. And if you're at City College, you couldn't have liked that first possession, settling for a deep 3 when you're only down by 9.
No, and it was a good look by City College. City College needs to find some offensive identity.
Hauser, nice move there on Sixsmith, finds Lahu underneath, and he's fouled as he tries to go up.
That was a great interior pass. He got it right past the interior defense of Baruch.
The foul's going to be on number 4, Anthony Gibbs, his second of the evening. And that'll send Darden Lahu to the line to shoot 2. He's off on the first, so nice foul there by Gibbs. And Lahu's able to rattle home the second. Bounce pass into Gibbs, and the trap comes from City College. Bryler Page also trapped, and now it's Gibbs into the front court to Sixsmith. Now over to Ekabar inside. Back outside to Sixsmith, and he'll be able to set up the offense with Anthony Gibbs now running point. Hand off to Bryler Page, in turn hand it off to Andre Harris. Trying again to find Bryler Page back door. He does. A little too strong from Page as it goes off rim.
Great pass from up top by Harris.
Now White driving on Sixsmith. Oh, awkward layup, no good as Gibbs comes away with the batted around rebound. Now William Sixsmith, left wing 3, no good, off back rim, rebounded by Harris, who saves it from going out of bounds, but right into the waiting hands of Brendan Hoser for CCNY. And his pass trying to go to White gets picked off by Ekabar in a back and forth action so far. And they're going to say it was on the floor, and it looked like Ekabar had the N1.
Yeah, that was very close.
And it's so close when you with those kind of calls there.
Yeah, it looked like he was really nearing the basket when they disallowed that.
That was on daughter.
And the inbound and the pass now to Sixsmith. Sixsmith drives, trying to find an Andre Harris back cutter. Instead, that's intercepted by Hauser. Hauser thinks about the shot, gets Sixsmith in the air, and instead knocks it down. And Sixsmith visibly frustrated by falling for that pump fake.
Yeah, I'm surprised Hauser's not more involved in the offense because he, looks like he's a skilled player.
Now Andre Harris has it up top for Baruch. Looking for options. Needs someone to come get the ball from him, and Gibbs is the man to do that. Crossover on Gibbs by Gibbs on Hauser. Gibbs gets in the paint, but he gets his shot blocked. Now it's Stack Ekabar, fresh 30. And looked like there was like a reset on the shot clock, so there's going to be a bunch of fouls. There's a foul on number 13, Darden Lahu.
Never hit the rim.
And a little confusion here about what the call was. It gave him a fresh 30, and now Baruch will have the ball underneath to inbound after the foul. Inbound to Ekekabar. Lahu now on 4 fouls. Have to think about him coming out of the game soon. Ekekabar's right-handed push shot, no good though. And Hauser will bring the ball up, working on Gibbs, trying to get across the half-court line, and he does.
Yeah, 7-point lead for Baruch. I would be concerned if I'm Coach Alisi that, City College looks like they have some life, which they didn't have in the first half.
The foul's going to be on Harris underneath, and he's getting an explanation of what he did from the ref. Number 20, Justin Hicks, checks into the game for City College. Palazzolo gets the inbound. His jumper a little strong, though, off back rim. And an outlet pass for Ekekabar now, who's going to lay it in. Nice play there by Gibbs to find Ekekabar almost on the full court heave.
Yeah, if you're City College, you can't let that happen.
And now White getting double teamed between Sixsmith and Gibbs. Right in front of our table here. Now Hauser over to Palazzolo. Palazzolo pull-up jumper, straight on, no good, a little short. Rebound almost knocked into the waiting hands of Hunt, but it's going to be Gibbs that comes away with it for Baruch. Gibbs goes to end-to-end, and he gets fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nice play there by Anthony Gibbs to push the pace.
Yeah, the speed of Baruch might literally take City College out of this game because they're on their heels when Baruch pushes the ball.
And Anthony Gibbs around and out on the first as Jazalik and Javier both check into the game. Hunt and Hauser will come to the bench. And Lahu now actually getting a confirmation that he only has 3 fouls as Gibbs knocks down the second free throw and extends the lead back to 10. Jazalik brings it into the front court for City College. He comes to right wing. He'll drive, step back jumper over Sixsmith. No good. Hits the rim a few times. And that's a couple bad breaks off the rim for City College tonight.
Yeah, City College had some good looks.
Ooh, nice move there by Williams. Sixsmith behind the back dribble. Gives it outside to Brother Page. Back around to Sixsmith. Sixsmith going to drive. Left-handed layup just short. But he's able to fight for his own rebound. The ball is loose, though, again, and it's going to be Palazzolo that comes away with it for City College with a little under 16 minutes remaining here in the game.
Yeah, 10-point lead for Baruch. So City College definitely still in striking distance, Dave.
James White, a deep 3 opportunities, no good. As Ekekabar almost throws that ball away, and Gibbs is fouled as he tries to bring it over the timeline. And the foul is going to be on number 35, Ian Javier. Anthony Gibbs will inbound on the far side. And Baruch will have a fresh 30, 15 and a half remaining here in the game. Baruch lead 42-32. Anthony Gibbs now bring it over the timeline, covered by a White. Gives it over to Bryler Page for Baruch. Jazlik up on him. Now bounce pass to Andre Harris up top. Hicks on him. Now handoff to Sixsmith. Bank three. Wow. 22 points now for Sixsmith.
You know it's your night when you bank it in like that.
When you got the opposing coach just hanging your head, knowing there's really nothing else you can do about it, as Jazlik has it now for City College. Gives it off to Palazzolo. Nice, finds Hicks open. And it's going to be too many steps on Hicks. Number 21, Joseph Mundez checking into the game for City College as White comes to the bench. Gibbs going right underneath the hoop, trying to find Ekekbar. Hard bounce pass is thrown away, though, and Javier quickly into the front court for City College. Spin move on Harris. He gets fouled, though, and he's unable to finish. We'll go to the line to shoot two with 14:45 remaining. Baruch up by 10. The foul there is going to be on number 15, Andre Harris, for the Bearcats.
Yeah, not a lot you can do. City College play was out of control, so Baruch, was kind of almost helpless on the defensive end.
And Javier rattles home the first. Javier at the line, the chance to cut it to an 11-point game, and he does that. 45-34 with 14:45 remaining here in the game. Gibbs to bring up the ball, no pressure hit to him, and Bermudez will pick him up at the three-point line. Hand off to Page, and turn again, hands it off to Harris. Once again looking for that backdoor move, and finds Page in the post. Nice move with the left hand, can't finish. Page fights for that rebound, though. High off glass, no good. Rebounded and fought for by Page and Harris. Page hits the deck, he's slow to get up, and Javier's fouled. I think the foul is going to be on number 15, Andre Harris, his third back-to-back fouls on back-to-back possessions for Harris.
Yeah, you can't lose your composure now and give City College life and confidence. You got to keep your composure.
Jazlik has it up top now for City College. Jack Sixsmith and Alan Villar both checking in for Baruch. Jazlik going to drive, right-hand floater, no good, and Villar comes away with the rebound. Yeah, he does. Him and Ekekbar both were underneath. Jack Sixsmith has it now. Now gives it to Alan Villar. Nice move there. But it's going to be offensive fouls. He used the arm to reach around, and it'll go back to CCNY.
Good idea by Villar. But, again, a drop step would have probably freed him on that.
Especially with his size. He doesn't need the extra arm to get around the defender. Now Jazlik has it in the front court. Picked up by Sixsmith, uses the Lahu pick. Now Palazzolo has it working, and he gets stripped by Jack Sixsmith. He was working on Villar. Now William Sixsmith gives it off to Ekekbar, who's fouled on the dunk. And won by Chima Ekekbar, and that really hypes up the Bearcats crowd and the team itself. Chance to extend the lead now to 14, and Baruch really putting their foot down.
Well, after a couple of foolish series of plays, Baruch comes back and validates themselves with this big play by Ekekbar.
And Hauser checking back into the game as Bermudez comes to the bench for CCNY. And Ekekbar converts the three-point play, and Baruch lead by 14. 13 and a half minutes remaining here in the game. And the foul up top there is going to be on number 3, William Sixsmith. A bunch of touch fouls.
What this does, David, it's careless, and it also stops the clock, which allows life for City College.
Now Javier drives, spin move, ball's knocked around. Jack Sixsmith actually is the one that comes away with it. He's going to hand it off to Gibbs. Gibbs thinks about the shot, and he'll slow it up. He drives. Nice move there by Gibbs. And what? Nice play there by Anthony Gibbs. To stop, pivot, and able to get between two defenders, lay it in, and the foul.
The strength, speed, and athleticism of Baruch is really going to be a problem for City College to overcome.
Gibbs at the line for the and one opportunity. He knocks it down. Nice play there by Anthony Gibbs. And now Hauser brings it into the front court for CCNY. He's picked up by Sixsmith. Gives it up top to Jazalik, who's covered by William Sixsmith. Now Javier has it up top, working on Gibbs. Spin move on Gibbs. Javier has to back out, though, with his lane's opportunity. Lahu travels, and that'll go back to Baruch. And that's going to be a full timeout. So with 12:42 remaining, Baruch have a commanding lead now up to 17, 51-34. You're watching Baruch Basketball YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats. And Joe, it's been what we kind of talked about. Baruch had to come out, really put the pedal to the metal, and they've done that just the way they've been doing it all game. Just a little less Sixsmith here in the second half.
Yeah, Dave, two plays stand out as the separation factors, the dunk by Ekabar and the three-point play by Gibbs. That's 6 points that really open things up, and that's really all you need. It could be a Sixsmith three when needed. So Baruch, this is great because they found a way to separate themselves from City College. Now, lots of time left, so Baruch has to be careful about not getting complacent. If you're going to really go for the knockout punch, you have to continue to do that. Don't let City College hang around and have their own couple of plays that get them back into the game.
Anthony Gibbs now will bring it into the front court for Baruch. Interesting, CCNY has moved away from that full court press. Double pick now either side, Ekabar and Villar. He takes the pick from Ekabar but gives the ball to Villar. Now Jack Sixsmith takes the pick from Villar. Bounce pass inside, back from Sixsmith, and Villar is fouled. The foul is going to be on number 31, Wills Jazalik, and I think it might have been on the floor. Either way, Villar will go to the line. Oh, excuse me, it's going to be a foul on the play, and it's going to go to the line for two.
When Villar finishes on a play like that, he's going to be a really special player.
Now Villar checks into the game, knocks down the first as Tom Camberis checks into the game. Ian Javier comes to the bench. So does Wills Jazalik as James White also checks back into the game. And Villar trying to make it a perfect 2 of 2 from the line. And he rattles it home. 53-34, Baruch lead with 12.5 minutes remaining. And Hauser almost turns it over there. The ball's still kind of bouncing around funny. And he gives it outside to Lahu. Lahu outside to Palazzolo. Working on Villar. Can't really find a space, though. Gives it outside to Lahu. And as the pass goes back to Palazzolo, it's intercepted by Anthony Gibbs for Baruch. He kicks it outside to Sixsmith, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Anthony Gibbs. Nice charge taken there by James White.
No need, Dave, for that to happen. Gibbs, as your lead guard, has to be patient. Where are you going? No rush. You got a nice lead. You have to work the clock. Do not stop the clock because that gives City College more time to mount a comeback.
And Dwayne Bridie checks back into the game as William Sixsmith comes to the bench for Baruch. White has it now. He's covered by Bridie up top. Bounce pass inside. Nice play there by James White as Darden Lahu gets the ball and able to finish the left hand.
Yeah, that was made possible by great penetration by White.
Now Villar has it up top for Baruch. Gives it off to Gibbs. Sets a pick then for Gibbs. Now bounce pass back inside to Villar. And now Ekabar, right wing three. No good. Rebound fought for, though. It's Gibbs, and it's going to go off of Hauser last, and it'll stay with Baruch. And the inbound right underneath to a wide open Jack Sixsmith. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but Coach Dale definitely disappointed in his defense right there.
Yeah, City College took a nap on that play.
Now James White has it covered by Gibbs. And the foul's going to be on Gibbs right in front of us.
Yeah, Coach Alisi can't be happy. That's a foul away from the ball. No need for that. It also stops the clock.
And Anthony Gibbs and Ekabar both coming to the bench. Checking into the game, number 22, George Smith Jr. And number 2, Bryler Page. And White is good on the first. And he's able to knock down the second, a clean 2 of 2 there to cut the deficit down to 17. Bounce pass into Page, and they come again with the full court trap. Ball's loose. And the ball's going to go off of Bryler Page last, and it'll go back to City College. Nice defense there with the full court trap. And the inbounds comes to full court where Palazzolo can take it down. Hunt has it now. He's working on Smith. Crossover, but his ball stolen away by Sixsmith, and he almost bumps into the referee there. Nice crossover move. Bounce pass inside to Smith Jr., who's blocked, but Alan Villar gets it back, and he's blocked again, but he's also fouled. And that'll send him to the line for a 1-and-1. Foul's going to be on number 11, and Nesco Hunt.
Yeah, Villar didn't need a dribble. He just needed to get the ball in his hands and go right up with it.
And Villar off back rim on the first. And he's off on the second, so a nice foul there if you're City College. And Hauser quickly into the front court, and he's just going to pull up, and he drains it. And now Baruch's lead down to 14.
Yeah, if City College can get the lead under 10, then we have a game.
Bounce pass to Page, and Page fouled there by Hauser, and that'll send Page to the line for a 1-and-1. And City College really slowing down the game here, putting Baruch at the line in the last couple possessions.
Yeah, I'm surprised Hauser wasn't more featured in the offense. Looks like he can do some things out there.
And Page knocks down the first. Brendan Hauser comes to the bench as he's working on 4 fouls right now.
This is a good time for Baruch in this latter part of the second half. Work on your free throws. Free throws win games.
And he's off on the second and keeps the lead at 15 as White brings it into the front court for CCNY. White some nice ball handling covered by Bryler Page. Now he gives it off to Hunt. Hunt covered by Smith Jr. Corner 3 by Cambaris, able to knock it down. Shot there by Tom Cambaris, the freshman out of New Hyde Park.
Cambaris really quiet until that.
Now Jack Sixsmith gives it off to Bryler Page, left wing. Now George Smith Jr. has it up top. Dwayne Brighty takes the pick from George Smith. Instead gives it up top to Bryler Page. She's going to drive, hop step into the lane, and one. Nice play there by Bryler Page. As a floater drops, and he'll go to the line for the three-point play as Ekekabar waits to check in.
Body control and upper body strength by Page. Those are the attributes that the Baruch guards have.
And Baruch leading by 14 right now, 58-44. And Bryler Page knocks down the free throw for her to make it a three-point play. Hunt inbounds, and then he'll get the ball right back to bring it up to the front court. 9.5 minutes remaining here in the game. Takes the pick from Palazzolo and then finds Palazzolo as he cuts off ball. Handoff now to James White, who gives it back to Palazzolo after using the Palazzolo pick. Cam Barris gives it up to Palazzolo. Now Hunt has it. Palazzolo pick comes right. Hunt doesn't use it. Instead, Palazzolo will come left now. Hunt getting double teamed. Gives it up to Palazzolo. Closed out by Ekekabar. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Villar. Nice D there by Ekekabar. Bryler Page now quickly into the front court. Ekekabar on the block. Swung around. Dwayne Brady has it in the corner. Gives it inside to Villar. Villar is going to work now on number 13, Lahu. And again, another and one by Bryler Page as he's able to come down with the rebound, go right back up. He's fouled, hits the deck with the shot, drops, and he'll go to the line to extend the game to the lead to 18.
Big plus when your guards have that upper body strength.
Now Hunt will bring it into the front court for CCNY. Back-to-back three-point plays there for Bryler Page. Dwayne Brady all on Hunt now in the front court. Pass thrown away now to Ekekabar. And it seems like City College might be going through the motions now as Ekekabar is able to go coast to coast and lay it in as Coach Dale wants a timeout for the Beavers of City College. With 8:14 remaining, Baruch 64, City College 44. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats. And Joe coming in with the lead at 9. They've really been able to stretch it here in the early part of the second half.
Yeah, this is a tale of a couple of plays made by Baruch, course separation. Earlier we mentioned Ekekabar and Gibbs, and now it's the Bryler Page show. Because of his upper body strength and being in the right place, he's able to, really make some plays that really, once again, cause the lead to get larger. Now, with 8:14 left and a 20-point lead, just don't give gifts to City College. Don't stop the clock. And now you can work on some things that, if you're Coach Lisi, that you want to work on as we go forward.
Yeah, and then Ekekabar, of course, running and gunning there, and there's not too many players in the league that want to be in front of him when he's at full speed coming down the court.
No. Think of LeBron, and when you see LeBron coming at you, the 4 o'clock Metro North to Tuckahoe.
Yeah, Ekekabar carries some weight on his frame and definitely filled out. Is broad for his size. Now White has it up top. Gives it off to Lahu. Lahu trying to find Cam Barris, and it's quick handoffs. Now Javier comes away with it. Trying to go around Villar and Brighty, and it goes off Javier last. Another unforced error. And you can see City College starting to get frustrated.
Yeah, the inability of City College, which we've mentioned, to have an offensive attack has really been something that Baruch has benefited from, because City College has found a way to give the ball up or just have an empty possession.
Brady's pull-up jumper, free throw line, no good. Rebound still loose, though, and it's on the floor. Who's coming away with it? It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go back to Baruch. Very impressive as both Page and Ekekabar fighting for that loose ball. And Benjamin Boateng will check into the game as Alan Villar comes to the bench. And I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing some of the bench here for Coach Alisi and the Bearcats.
Yeah, because, again, this is part game, part practice. Work on some things now. Comfortable lead, barring a miraculous series of events for City College. So Coach Alisi can now really look at some combinations, look at some plays that he wants to run.
And Hauser checking back into the game even with his 4 fouls, giving them an outside shooting option.
Yeah, Hauser one of the few possible threats.
Ooh, nice play there by Bryler Page going baseline, able to finish the right hand at the hoop. 66-44, Baruch lead by 22.
Yeah, Page might be considered to give a game ball to.
He'll be in line right after Sixsmith, I think. Offensive foul, nice play there by Boateng. The foul's going to be on number 3, Salvatore Palazzolo, senior from Middle Village, who's been one of the has cut more of one of the frustrated figures here tonight on the court.
Yeah, City College has been frustrated because they just don't have the pieces.
And now Jack Sixsmith will get the inbounds and walk it into the front court. Hands it off to DeAndre Gibbs. And the foul is going to be on number 1, James White, and that'll send Gibbs to the line. And the foul, I think, might have been on either on James White or on the bench. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what was said, but clearly it's just a frustration tech at this point, and I think City College are kind of just counting down the minutes the way Baruch are as well, just to get on to the next one, because I think Baruch had this one handily with 7 minutes left, leading by 23 now.
Yeah, the clock can't move fast enough for City College. They gave a little bit of an opposition, but, Baruch went with their strengths, the ability to bring a guy like Sixsmith off the bench to knock down threes, having Page contribute the way he did, and it's always nice to let Ekabar get his thing, just as a supplementary.
Jack Sixsmith now actually at the line for the free throws that were initially his, extends it to 25 with 7 minutes left. Make that 26. Nice shooting from Jack Sixsmith. And now White has it in the front court, takes the pick from Palazzolo. Looking for options, he gives it to Palazzolo. 3-ball way short. And it's rebounded by Bridie, who's almost knocked over there, but comes away with the rebound.
One of the luxuries that Coach Alisi has going forward is Chima Ekabar can literally carry this team on his own if he had to. Anything in addition to that is, a welcome plus.
And speak of the devil, Chima Ekabar straightaway 3, able to knock it down. Nice shot there by Chima, and Baruch almost at 30 now, leading by 29, 73-44. The layup no good there by Lahu. And Baruch will bring it into the front court now with DeAndre Gibbs. Now Jack Sixsmith has it up top to Ekabar. Over to Gibbs. And finds Ekabar on the entry pass. Ekabar step back jumper. Off front rim, back rim, and out. No good. And Hauser comes away with the rebound for City College. And Hauser's going to get fouled on the floor. The foul's going to be on number 1, Jack Sixsmith. Excuse me, the foul's going to be on number 13, Dwayne Bridie. His third, and that'll send City College to the line for an opportunity at a 1-and-1.
Chima Ekabar, Dave, is the whole package. Not only is he a really, really top-notch player, but he's an even better young man. Very personable, very respectful.
And now George Smith Jr., as well as number 31, Matthew Bantis, the first we're seeing of Bantis tonight as the game starts getting more and more out of hand here with 5:48 remaining here in the game.
Valuable playing time for the bench for Baruch now.
Number 20, Justin Hicks. Checks in the Beavers line.
And Hauser for his second after he cut the game to 28. And he cuts the lead to 27.
You know, Dave, when the Knicks won in their champion years, 69-70, Coach Holzman had a great starting five, but he also had a great bench that he can call on. And that was the formula for
nice play there.
One of our last championships, if you're a Knick fan.
Nice play there from Bantis to George Smith Jr., and the ball keeps moving at the offensive end for Baruch. Hauser now into the lane, way short. Ball's tipped around. Javier comes away with it, and he's fouled. Foul's going to be on number 25, Benjamin Boateng, and that'll send Ian Javier to the line. And that'll put Baruch in the double bonus. Excuse me, put CCNY in the double bonus. And City College waiting to make a litany of changes with their squad on the floor. Javier hits the first. Checking into the game, Paul Draz, Dami Aragundade. Number 30, Stephen Montfort waiting to check in. And number 21, Joseph Bermudez checks into the game. Now number 30, Stephen Montfort checks back into the game alongside Justin Hicks. Now George Smith Jr. gives it off to Gibbs. He drives, he's fouled on the floor. And they're going to say the foul was on the floor, so it'll send him to the line to shoot two is number 21, Joseph Bermudez, on the foul, his second of the game.
Nice to see Matthew Grossman in the game, all the way from Australia.
The big fella coming in at an impressive 6'8", making him the tallest player on this year's Baruch squad, giving him an inch over Alan Villar. And number 14, Michael Richards checks into the game as Jack Sixsmith comes to the bench.
Boy, we can use the heat from Perth, Australia, one of the most beautiful and warm places on the earth.
Now, Arungandade has the ball. Now gives it over to Drazd. Up top now is number 30, Montfort. Hand off to Bermudez, excuse me. And Bermudez loses it as he goes out of bounds, goes off his leg. And it'll go back to Baruch with 4:45 remaining.
Yeah, as they said eloquently, this is garbage time.
It really is. Maybe some stuff you can work on for Lehman when they come into town on Tuesday night.
Oh, sure. But I think Coach Elisi has to feel really good about the situational things that occurred tonight for Baruch. He got big plays when he needed them.
And Bermudez quickly into the front court off that Baruch miss. Kicks it outside. Ball swung around. 3-point in the corner by Arugundade is no good, and George Smith Jr. comes away with the rebound. Now Richards into the lane. He gets blocked. Block was by number 20, Justin Hicks. And a frustration foul by Michael Richards will send Hicks to the line to shoot two. 4:06 remaining here in the game. Baruch leads 77-48.
Joseph Bermudez, Dave, has definitely got a soccer background, because when he gets going on the court, he looks like the soccer team at City College can use him.
And Hicks able to rattle home the first. And on the second as Bantis comes away with the rebound for Baruch. Gibbs has it now. And he'll bring it into the front court. 4 minutes remaining here in the game. Bounce pass to Grossman. Grossman trying to find opportunities. Gives it off to Richards. Richards almost turns it over. Wow, Richards was almost over and back. But instead he'll drive with the left hand, able to finish. Nice play there by Michael Richards.
Richards showing that strong core, courtesy, I think, of Coach Tamer Farid and his strength and conditioning workouts with the team.
Arugundade has the ball. He's going to drive on Bantis. He's fouled. The shot's no good off rim. Arugundade is off on the first, a little too strong. And he's no good on the second. Grossman comes away with the rebound. And he'll give it to Gibbs to bring him into the front court. 3:20 remaining here in the game. Nice post move there by Grossman's no good, unfortunately. And Bermudez comes away with it for City College, quickly into the front court. Left-handed floater, nice shot there by Bermudez.
That was a really good attempt down low by Matthew Grossman from down under.
Now Gibbs sets it up for the offense up, gives it off to Richards, trying to find Grossman underneath. Instead goes across court to Bantis. Bantis tries to step back, doesn't have it, gives it off to Gibbs. Gibbs up top to Richards. Richards drives, kicks it outside to Grossman. Thinks about shooting, instead he drives, and he finishes with the right hand and one. Nice play there by Matthew Grossman. And that'll send him to the line for an opportunity at a three-point play.
Hey, I wonder if some of this good play might earn Grossman some playing time as we go forward.
And he knocks it down for the and one. And Bermudez will bring it into the front court. 82-51, Baruch lead, up by 31 with 2.5 remaining here in the game. Now Montfort has it up top, takes the pick from Arugundade. Now takes the pick from Hicks, goes right, gets blocked. And that's going to be a travel. He didn't let go of the ball when he went up in the air on Montfort. And they'll go back to Baruch with 2:05 remaining.
Okay, good defense by Grossman. He didn't leave his feet, and he caused that turnover. You know, Dave, this is sometimes a coach can see what he's got in a player. Grossman's done some nice things in his time in the game.
And there'll be definitely some more front court minutes opening up next year with the graduation of Chima Ekabar. So definitely an opportunity there. And Dwayne Brady, who kind of plays the 4 right now for Baruch, will also be leaving the team.
Yeah, I've seen Grossman working on his game in the off hours in the Baruch gym. So I assume he's got a good work ethic.
And now George Smith Jr. coming to the bench as Benjamin Boateng checks back into the game. And it's all smiles on that Baruch bench tonight, whereas you look down the other way at City College, not very happy on their bench.
Yeah, my concern from the Baruch side that, like I said, this was what could be a trap game, and they handled it well. You know, little turbulence here and there, but they found ways to come out of that.
So now Montfort takes the pick from Arugundade, excuse me. Now Bermudez has it on the handoff. Working on Boateng, pull up straightaway jumper, way off by Bermudez, and that minute and a half left, 84-51.
Yeah, if I'm the City College soccer coach, I talk to Bermudez about playing on the soccer team. He's got soccer feet.
Now Gibbs has it. He's double teamed. And now it's a nice play there to give it up to Boateng. Now Bantis. Bantis pull up jumper. No good, way short. Ball's loose on the floor. It's going to be coming away with it. It looks like it's going to be City College after all that. And it is, as Montfort has it with 25 seconds remaining here on the shot clock. A minute and 10 remaining here in the game. Drouds has it, but he gets stripped by Gibbs. And he goes end to end, and Gibbs flays it in, and the foul. And it's just sloppy play on sloppy play if you're City College right now. DeAndre Gibbs at the line for another opportunity at three-point play. And we mentioned the three-point play, Joe, all night, and it's probably been about Baruch's 5th or 6th opportunity.
Yeah, Gibbs could probably get more playing time with other teams. He's a very good player. But Baruch, has so much depth at the backcourt position.
And no one really leaving this year in terms of Six Smith brothers or Bryler Page or Anthony Gibbs. So there's a lot of players that are in his way in order for him to get playing time. But talent and increased competition is always good for the team.
Yeah. Coach Alisi has a lot of ingredients that could make championships.
So with 30 seconds left, this should be City College's last possession. Nice spin move there by Bermudez, and this may do it. You assume Baruch will just walk it out here, and the final score should be 86-53. A nice 25-point win. Excuse me, a 33-point win. My apology for Baruch as they dribble out the clock. So a nice home W after a tough loss for the ladies for the men's Bearcats. And your final score at the Arc Arena tonight is going to be Baruch 86, City College 53. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats. And Joe, we talked it was a 9-point lead at halftime, and we needed Baruch to come out and really put the foot to the floor. And, they did that in spades tonight.
Yeah, they came out of the locker room and they, made some plays that created separation, and that happened twice in the second half. Of course, like when we say give game balls, you have to give a game ball to William Sixsmith and also his teammate, Bryant Page, whose plays, multiple plays, caused the lead to get bigger for Baruch. But once again, you always look at these team efforts. It all starts with Chima Ekabar, and then who's going to, help him out in a particular game.
And tonight it was Sixsmith with 22 valuable points, going 7-11 from the field, but more importantly, 5 of 7 from deep.
And Ekabar contributed heavily himself, but it gets overshadowed by the situational plays that Baruch made, multiple situational plays that they made to sort of put City College in the rearview mirror. Now, City College, again, limited in terms of talent. I did think Hauser has the ability to do some things. He was really not a factor. White, their leading scorer, was not a factor.
Only had 2 points tonight was James White, but Hauser, to your point credit, had a really good game, 4 of 6 from the field, so high efficiency for 13 points. But of course, when you're as a team, you're turning the ball over 22 times, it's going to be tough really to get it going on the offensive end.
Yeah, Baruch, their strength, their speed, particularly the strength of their backcourt players, their speed when they really need to get something going, and they just put the defense on their heels. A lot of things showed up tonight that are really some attributes that Coach Alisi has. His depth, his ability to call on a player from the bench and say, hey, we need you going to make a play. It was Sixsmith, it was Page, it was Andre. Well, Andre Harris is a really qualified player when need be. I like Villar. He's not doing the things I think he's going to do as a junior and senior, but his presence caused problems for City College. He just has to finish. So we can really talk about a lot of different attributes that Coach Alisi has, and I really look forward to what's ahead because I think Baruch is ready to make a big run.
And it's nice to see, to your point about Alan Villar, 18 minutes tonight, so definitely getting a bigger role in the rotation for the Bearcats. And like you said, Ekabar, quiet game for his standard. Sure, he got his 18 points, only 5 boards, but when you're having the help of a William Sixsmith with 22 and a Bryler Page with 11, and you're really going 13, 14 deep tonight, you're going to win a lot of ball games.
And Matthew Grossman gave some people some things to think about. I know it was garbage time, but I have a feeling that Coach Alisi has him in his plans.
George Smith Jr., I think, also had a very nice game. They were able to roll out a bunch of different options and really be efficient with all of them.
Yeah, Ola Cuny better watch out because the depth of Baruch is a real big factor in this whole scenario that's about to come.
And if you shoot 51% on any given night, you're probably going to win a lot of ball games, which is high efficiency on the offensive end.
Because we don't need constant, lights-out games from Ekabar. All we need is Ekabar to do his thing, and we just, need the complementary players to do their thing, and you're looking at victories. So it's a really exciting time here at Baruch. I know we have the Battle of Lexington coming in, which is going to be as
advertised.
Oh, wow. What an event. I mean, you talk about, like New Orleans has the Mardi Gras.
We have our Battle of Lex.
The Battle of Lexington.
However, we have some games still before that, and the big matchup Tuesday night, Lehman's going to come in. The women still trying to fight off some of the teams behind them, but the men obviously playing the number 1 seed. Looks there right now as the number 3 seed, so it's going to be a massive game here at the Arc Arena. First game's at 5:30. The second game's at 7:30. Of course, if you have the opportunity to come out. Joe and I will be here. But a great opportunity for Baruch to really continuously move up that standings, now riding a 6-game win streak.
Yeah. Of course, Lehman, a big rival. Lehman, they got some firepower. But you have to like where Baruch is right now.
Yeah, so that's going to do it for us. A nice doubleheader today again for the Bearcats against City College. The women unfortunately fall in the first game 65-58, but the men make amends as they are able to win a big 86-53. This broadcast has been in conjunction with the Baruch Athletic Department. For Joe Stolzer, I'm David Just. Have a great night, everybody.